Hi everyone, I'm Ornate Brits of Caronia Herbal Gardens, and I'm sitting here on a service road that we have to gain access to the other side of the property, and I'm showing you a little bit of our veld over here that we are going to try and keep wild and natural, but that's not why I'm here. Why I'm here is for this plant here, which is plantain. That's narrow leaf plantain, Plantago lanceolate, and this seems to be where the plant is happy. I've tried on a few occasions to cultivate it, so I'd go around and dig up some of these plants and plant them into nicely prepared beds, and it's even after they've taken, as in they've established their roots again and they start digging in, they actually never obtain this level of vigor. So at some point in time they look okayish, and then they start to deteriorate. They start to become prone to diseases like powdery mildew, and over a period of time they will then die out. So for the management of plantain for frequent harvests, I suggest that you mow it depending on your climate and where you're based in the world and at what part of the season you are. I suggest you mow your plantain patch every 2 to 4 weeks, because the plantain will very quickly outgrow the grass and the other weeds around it. They tend to bounce back quickly. They get to this nice harvestable stage like this in that period, and it's then easy to come in and just pick out individual leaves, or even to just take a whole bunch of leaves like this and cut that off to go into your homemade remedy and formula. But if you leave it too long, then what will start happening is that your grass will start growing in between this, your weeds will start growing in between, and your plantain will start producing many more of these inflorescences, which means that harvesting this is a pain, because now you have your plantain leaves and you have to pick out all these other things for use. So yes, to keep your plantain growing in a wild spot if you can. If you are willing to sacrifice a piece of lawn where you don't mow every week, and you're willing to leave it for 2 to 4, maybe even 5 weeks before you mow, then please do so, because in my experience that's the only way to get a good plantain harvest throughout the growing season. It would have been nice if plantain was one of those herbs that dries very well. Then we could harvest quantity and we can stick it in a dry or just let it air dry. But again, that's for plantain, that's not to be. It doesn't dry very well, it spoils easily, and if you actually have to wash your leaves before you dry them and there's a drop of water left, then that leaf turns black. So in terms of harvesting and conventional drying, that doesn't work. A tip from Dr. Patrick Jones, the homegrown herbalist, is that you can pick your plantain leaves and you can stick it in the freezer. Getting visitors. And you can stick it in your freezer, and apparently that keeps well, and there's not too much in terms of the loss of quality. So I do suggest you do that for your winter times, and when your plantain is not doing very well in the garden or in the veld. Yeah, I hope you found that useful, and yeah, I'll be back with another video in due course. Thank you for watching.